Hey guys, it's Kirk. So I decided to do some mini reviews for the week of May 13th. This is just a small batch of some of the things I'm reading right now. I kind of want to go over a little bit of it. Let's just dive right in. Secret Wars, the very big Marvel summer thing that's going to happen. It's going to change and revolutionize the entire universe and what the company is doing and their way of telling stories about our favorite heroes. So far, so good. I'm 2 issues in. Let me just go on record right now and say that yes, I have said some things about Jonathan Hickman. Yes, I do get a little frustrated with his idea machine way of storytelling. And yes, there are some things that he's done that I've absolutely fallen in love with. I think Secret Warriors is one of the best miniseries out there. It was co-written by Brian Michael Bendis, and it was Nick Fury and his secret team of secret agents that were super secret with all their secret dealings and trying to take down Hydra and Hydra's other secrets, and it was all very secret. But Secret Warriors was amazing, and I think that's the potential that Hickman has in trying to sell a straightforward story to the fans. That said, Secret Wars is awesome. It's delivering on every level that I could have asked for. I'm into it. I really am. With issue 1, we saw the end of both the Ultimate Universe and the regular Marvel 616. And in issue 2, we start to have a clearer idea of the landscape that is Battleworld. And I know that they've been pimping that out for a really long time. They gave us all these little maps, and we were supposed to kind of understand, oh, that's exactly what's going on in this world. But we didn't have a clear picture of it. Issue 2 gives you that. You kind of see how Doom is in control of everything. He is a god. He has an entire religion that he started back at the beginning of time, all leading up to this moment now. I love the idea that there's an entire Thor core, and they're the ones that uphold truth and justice in the Doom world. It's pretty cool. We also get to see some of the politics that come into play. I thought it just really kind of created a clearer picture of what we're going into with this miniseries and what to expect from all the other tie-ins and things like that. Don't necessarily like picking up tie-ins. I always feel like it's just a money grab, but in this case, it might actually be a way to tell the bigger story, and I'm really excited for that. I'm in. I'm totally in on Secret Wars. But alas, I just read Convergence number 6, and I have feelings and opinions. This is lackluster. It's not that good. I'm 6 issues in. The main plot they actually used to sell the series originally has now officially shifted. I don't think it's up to the ante in any way, shape, or form as far as what the DC Universe is heading towards. I was really upset to learn that it's only an 8-issue miniseries and that we're this far into it, and it's only finally got like a little spark of what it could have been, and then that quickly goes away throughout the issue. Issue 6, we finally see the new 52 continuity heroes in the first few pages of the issue, and that's it. Don't even bother picking it up because it's just a snapshot of them peering through the looking glass, and they go, oh look, there's this Convergence thing going on. Does it need our attention? And you and me as a reader, obviously it needs their attention. We want to see like our main continuity heroes dive in and save the day and do what they need to for this. Dick Grayson is definitely becoming the linchpin for the series, and I guess that's cool because it kind of serves as like the Han Solo character where you're kind of relating to the story through Dick Grayson. And I love it. I love that Dick Grayson is always constantly coming into his own in these different situations, but that at the same time, I feel like Dick Grayson is already a strong enough character in the DCU, and he could have used the main continuity Dick Grayson as he's being the secret agent and also his past life as Nightwing, as opposed to this other alternate version that was married and had a kid and his wife is dead and he's now on the search for his kid. It kind of weakens the story a little bit, but at the same time watching him step up to kind of step into that main role that he always has in the other alternate universes, that's still pretty cool, but I just feel like it's too little too late. I'm so sorry. Guys, just skip it. If you're kind of wondering whether you needed to get into the series and know what's going on with the rest of the DCU, you really don't. After this is done, we're just going to cross fingers and hope that they do another renumbering system, that they bring back some of our older heroes back before the new 52, and I'd really, really, really like to see a return to Elseworlds storytelling in the DC Comics universe, because they have some amazing talent and awesome writers over there. And I think I want to see those guys go explore and tell grander stories without being so stringently tied down and tethered to what new Crisis on Infinite Earth's Final Crisis 0-hour Convergence thing is going on every, 2 to 3 years. I see potential, and I'm really frustrated that it falls short. I'm really, really frustrated at the amount of writers that are on this project. It doesn't show. What you're starting to see is redundancy in telling story plots over and over again. Also, there's some really great artists, but you can tell that they're rushed to meet the weekly demands of trying to get this issue out. There's some really good artists, and they're just not putting out the type of caliber of work that we're used to seeing from these guys on a regular basis. Just ignore it. They'll go back to number ones. Everything will be okay. But don't worry, you're still going to have your Supermans and Batmans and Wonder Womans and Green Lanterns, and we'll get back to really good storytelling in the DCU soon. I'm pretty sure of it. I have so much faith. Thor number 8. I know the identity of the female Thor. This issue was great. It hit every single high note and low note that I needed. The pacing has been awesome. Jason Aaron has just been this amazing architect for the legend of Thor, going back to when he first started the series with Godkiller and Godbomb. I've loved every step of the way of building this new mythos. I've also very much loved having 2 story arcs concerning 2 different Thors. I like having Thor, Odin's son, downing his faith and not being worthy and going on that mission to kind of rediscover himself and reclaim the hammer. And at the same time, I'm loving female Thor, whose identity we know now, and I can't spoil it, but goddamn, pick up the issue because it's fantastic and it's perfect, and it raises so many questions about how she's going to continue being female Thor, and it ties into Thor's history. It's perfect. It's perfect. I've said it before and I will say it again. Jason Aaron's superpower as a writer is taking a character that you would have never ever cared about in the first place and writing something so fantastic about it that now it's the most important character in your life that you're reading. And you're going, dude, really? Thor? Yes. Go pick up this series. Go back. It's in trades. And I don't feel like it's the female Thor series. I think it's just the Thor mythos altogether that he's built on and kind of created these new layers that we're working with that are only going to add to better stories later on down the road. I'm in love with it. I'm in love with it. Go get it. Chrononauts number 3 by Mark Millar and Sean Murphy. I really do love this series. I talked about it in my last video. Let's just really quickly talk about it's basically made to be a movie, and it's going to be made a movie. This issue, again, ups the ante on it being kind of smart and self-aware and really fucking sassy. The very first page opens up with the Smiths flipping off Morrison and kicking him out of the band. Just going to leave it there, but because they're time hoppers and they can change history and use their knowledge of what happens in time to their own benefit, it plays really great. I have had this one little nagging thing about the series that I haven't quite figured out, and I finally think I put my finger on it with this issue. It's so well written, and it's so streamlined, and Millar has always been really great with dialogue and giving you as much information as you need in a very concise, short way, that it almost doesn't do the art any justice that Murphy's putting into in the series, because you kind of just fly through it really quickly. And Murphy's art is awesome. It's so good. It's there's such great detail, and especially like just bigger scenes and the way he can draw action scenes and his transitions from one page to the next, that it actually has made me go back and reread the first 2 issues, but really take my time with the art in each page and kind of going over what Murphy's trying to convey in his visual cues to complement what Millar's doing with the dialogue. So that was kind of, maybe that was just a personal thing about how I was reading the series, or maybe that's something that you kind of noticed, that's a little piece of advice that I can give you to go back and kind of get the most enjoyment out of that series. It's fun. I love how self-aware it is. I love how sassy it is. And I kind of like, main characters who are acting like rock stars, even though they're self-made rock stars, because that's always a great mentality to watch kind of blossom and bloom and see what they're going to do with that type of responsibility. Anything with egos, I'm totally gonna love it. Definitely go pick that up. More Image comics. Are you surprised? Not really, and neither am I. Just about everything I'm picking up right now. Half my stack every week is Image comics that I'm always buying. I heard someone else say it, and I just have to reiterate. If it's a first issue and it's Image, you just go buy it. I wish I could take credit for that quote, but it's absolute truth. So if you see an Image #1, just go get it. Speaking of which, Mythic #1 by Image by Phil Hester. I picked it up right away, like I said, Image #1. But Phil Hester has been a long time artist and writer and creator in comics, and he's always come up with like some really fun gems that always surprise me. So his name was on it, so immediately I picked it up, and it's fun. It's kind of got like a pulpy feel to it. Basically, it's a team of what I think are demon hunters, and they kind of recruit a new kid in the very beginning of the series. And it's only the first issue, so it's definitely asking a lot more questions than it's giving you as far as what the series is about. But just right off the bat, I thought it was a fun read, quick read. The art definitely goes along with it being a slightly quicker read when the dialogue does kick in. Easy to follow, but still kind of makes you start asking questions about what these main characters are all about. I think they're goblin hunters, demon hunters. Like I said, only the first issue. We'll find out more, but I'm definitely going to stick with it. And speaking of putting a name on a comic that I'm automatically just going to buy, Warren Ellis's new series came out called Injection #1. The reason I picked this up is, one, Warren Ellis, and two, it's the same creative team that started the new Moon Knight series, the first 6 issues. The colorist, the penciler and artist, and Warren Ellis, they rebooted Moon Knight, which is still running really strong through Brian Wood's run, and then currently Colin Bunn just took it over, and it's been strong. It's been one of my favorite issues to pick up every month, but based on that first 6-issue run, I love that team that Ellis put together. So based on that, I picked up Injection. There's something really cool about Warren Ellis. He can tell stories now without giving you the full lowdown and not spoiling what the whole thing's going to be about, just because he's Warren Ellis. And I think as an artist, it's really cool to be able to tread on that reputation, because it helps you create probably better stories and kind of write stories at a pacing that you're more comfortable with, that you think is actually going to convey a bigger and better adventure for the reader. Again, we're not quite sure what's going on. There is a team. It's told in small flashbacks. They might have powers, but then again, they might not. They might still all be cool as friends, but we're not really quite sure. They kind of need to acquire an asset, but we're not quite sure what the asset is. One of them might be kind of mad because we meet her in a mental institution, and it's definitely the second time she's been there. Or maybe she needs to be mad in order to do her job right. Again, asks more questions than it does answer them. The art's amazing, and again, talking about an artist who's using visual cues to kind of bring other parts of the story to your attention. They do that amazingly in Injection. I definitely read it a second time and was getting a lot more, again, out of the art and seeing what the art team was doing as far as kind of pointing out little things in some of the panels. And then towards the end, oh my god, the weird ether otherworldly scene that they create, just yeah, I'm hooked. So I'm definitely going to watch what's going to happen with the rest of the series. Really excited for it. Again, Image. Again, Warren Ellis. I'm a sucker for all that stuff. Anyways, guys, mini reviews. Like I said, I take a few days to actually get this video out because I like to pick up the issues and read them and then kind of make notes and see how I feel about them. I don't like to just automatically do pull lists. I'm also always really up for other suggestions, other things that I should be reading. Obviously, I've got a lot of other things that I'm reading on a weekly basis, but I don't always need to tell you exactly what happened every week in all the X-Men titles, unless something really cool happens. Bobby Drake's gay. Should have told you that. Should have talked about that issue. Way to contradict yourself. Go get that issue. That was important. It was really good and done really well. But there it is. Hopefully you found this fun. Tell me what I should be reading. tell me where I was wrong. Let's start that conversation going. That's always my most fun, is listening to you guys and then kind of starting that conversation. That's what I kind of get most out of this. Like the video. Please subscribe. Tell all your friends. Listen to your parents. Stay away from sweets. Get enough sleep. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And thanks for giving me a few minutes of your time today and doing this, because this is all really fun for me. Hopefully, again, next week, try to get another one out. We'll still talk more Secret Wars and all that fun stuff. We'll see what happens from there. Thanks, guys. See you soon.